Hello kids.
Hello, sir.
How are you all?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay kids, so last time we learned about what? On promotion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on promotion as well as n%. Any questions regarding those special moves, kids?
No, sir.
Okay, so everybody is comfortable with all the pawn, all the piece movements. Okay. Any no questions regarding which piece moves how and all, right? Okay. Also regarding the pawn, we learned special two moves. One is n%, another is pawn promotion. Okay. So any questions regarding that, kids? Okay.
No, sir.
So today we are going to learn another special move. Okay. That is called as castling. Okay. So let me share my screen with each one of you. Just let me check once actually. Okay. Okay, we can start actually. So let me share my screen, kids. Okay, just let me know once it is visible. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, it's visible.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
kids.
sir.
So this is the chessboard. Okay, in the very first session, okay, beginning couple of sessions actually we learned about the chessboard. Okay, so one important concept which we learn at that point of time is going to be helpful for us today. One is this one. Okay, so we can see that the chessboard can be divided into say 4 parts like this. Okay, so I think the first one, say for example this we already talked about earlier, right? This portion. Okay, so the upper part belongs to black side, the lower part, that is h1 to h4, a1 to a4, all these squares belongs to white side. Okay, so similarly, similarly when we draw the vertical line like this, okay, so the right hand side, okay, this side of the board, okay, it belongs to the king side, that is called as king side. Okay, and the left hand side is for queen side. Okay, so generally we say that, say for example, if I am saying that develop the knight, now there are two knights, one knight is on the queen side, another knight is on the king side, right? So when I say develop the knight towards the center, so obviously you will ask which knight, so I will say queen side knight. So you can easily understand that queen side means b1 knight, I need to play at c3, for example. If I say develop the king side knight towards the center, you will easily understand that g1 knight, I need to play at f3. Okay, so this is called as king side and this is called as queen side. Let me put here king side, this is called as queen side. Okay, is this clear, kids? Okay, no questions regarding this, right? Very simple concept. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the board position, the white king is always in dark square, right? Then we have two rooks A1 and B1. Then we have queen on D1. We have bishops. Okay, we have knights. This is how our piece placement is. Okay. Now talking about the concept of castling. Have you heard the word castle, kids? Have you heard the word castle?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of castle? Anybody? No, nobody knows. Okay, have you heard the word fort?
Yes, sir.
And
Okay. Castle is nothing but the palace or fort of the king. The only thing is palace is generally used for when it is lavish. Okay. You know, very attractive. There is a lot of gold and, you know, uh, diamonds and all placed. So that is palace. Okay. But when the castle is something like it is in the hilly area, okay, built up with you know, rocks and you know, strong double and all that stuff, right? So that it will be more secure. Okay, so castle is the more secure place. Now castling means what? Castling means sending your king into the castle so that he can be saved from enemy attacks. Okay, so what used to happen in the older days when you know, the war was happening, okay, when the enemy king was attacking on your kingdom. So first of all, it is the duty of all the, you know, soldiers and everything that they make sure that their king is safeguarded, because once the king gets captured, you lose your kingdom, right? You lose that war, right? So king's safety is important. King's safety is important and primary objective of every soldier. Okay, even if before you know, attack on enemy, it is your responsibility to safeguard your king. And that is the reason you must have seen, say, all now, say, kingdom is not there in our country, right? But all the important, you know, positions like prime minister or president, okay, or chief minister for that matter, right? All these important positions, all these important persons, you know, they are protected with security, right? There is a, you know, Z plus security or Y plus security. You must have heard this word, right? So there are bodyguards who are always, you know, surrounding these people. So you must have seen our respected honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, wherever they go, all many people in the black coat, okay, black dress, they surround us with, you know, the gun and all, right? So what they are doing, they are indirectly paying attention to all other people if anybody is trying to attack or something, right? So that they can protect our prime minister, right? Similarly, any king, okay, wherever he used to go, he used to have the army along with him, right? So that is nothing but they protect, okay? So similarly, when you are playing chess, this piece which we call as king, okay, so it is important for us to keep the king safe. Okay, now generally when you play the game, okay, what you do, you make the moves something like this, for example, right? And you bring something, he will play something, and you play something, right? He will play something. Okay, and then can you see there the king and rook? Now there is nothing in between the king and rook. Okay, now what is castling? I will come to that part, but just tell me one thing. If the king is here, is it more safe? Or instead of that, if I send the king here, is it more safe?
It is more safe.
Right? So what happens is, because these 3 pawns are there, okay, the king is not open. Nobody can directly attack on it, right? So this concept of, and what we do actually, we send the king from the center to the corner, okay? So in short, what we tell to the king, please go inside the castle. So this is nothing but your castle, okay? You be safe here, okay? So that process is called as castling. Now, what is castling? Castling is the process of safeguarding the king, okay? Safeguarding the king. Now, there are certain rules for that, okay? We cannot directly, you know, do the castling. Say, for example, you started the game, okay? For example, like this, yeah? The game is started and you are directly saying that, let me safeguard my king first. Okay, so let me bring my rook here and place my king here. Can I do like that? No, because there are pieces in between and all. Okay, so certainly there are some rules which we need to follow. Okay, so first thing is understand the concept that there is a king side and queen side. Okay, now what we do, we when we play, okay, we first of all bring the knight and bishop outside. Yeah, so that the purpose of bringing the knight and bishop outside is, I'm sorry, just hold on, kids. Yes, sorry, kids. Yeah, so the idea is you safeguard the king. Okay, now for safeguarding the king, the first precondition is there must not be any piece in between. Okay, the castling is done between the king and the rook. Okay, this is another special move. Why do we call this special? Because generally whenever you play, okay, you make only one piece move, right? Have you ever seen any other move where two pieces are moving at a time?
Okay.
Right? We have not seen any move where two pieces are moving simultaneously, right? So in this case, the king and the rook, they move simultaneously in the same move. Okay. Now here, one important thing, kids, because there are two pieces involved, that doesn't mean you will use two hands. Okay. I already told earlier as well. When you are playing chess, you have to make use of only one hand. Using two hands is considered as illegal move. Okay. If not heard earlier, now you can make a note of it. Using two hands while playing chess is considered as illegal move. Okay. So even if we are going to make the two pieces move, what you have to do, there is a sequence. First of all, you have to move the king and then we will move the rook with the same hand. Okay. We are not going to use two hands. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Second thing.
Yes, sir.
While castling, the king goes 2 squares to its right hand side. Okay. Left hand side, there are pieces. So obviously he cannot go. Okay. Now this is another speciality. We learned while we learned about the king. king always move only one square, right? Can the king move two squares? No.
No.
It can move any one square in any direction, okay? But only at the time of castling, it goes two squares, okay? Now, what you will do? You will play the king like this, okay? There is third special thing that happens during this move, okay, kids? Pay attention. Have you ever seen rook jumping over other pieces?
No.
Okay,
No,
but
sir.
this time it does. It jumps over the king. Okay, it jumps over the king and come towards the left hand side of the king. Okay, to safeguard the king. Okay.
Sir,
And yes.
If there are no pieces on the right side, I can do castling.
Which pieces? Are you saying these pawns? Are you saying these pawns?
So she's saying about
Not
the
the
queen,
left side.
bishop, and the
Left
knight.
side, queen, a bishop, a rook, and knight. If they're not, then so I can do castling at the left side also.
Yes, yes, you can. We will come to that part. Okay, kids. First of all, let's
Sir,
talk about the
it is a long castling. No,
right,
if
right.
you do it.
Yes, we will come to that, Agam. Hold on. Rishabh, any question?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to know ki, how can the king is allowed to move only one square at a time.
Right.
In this, he's moving two squares,
Mhm.
and the rook is jumping over another piece.
Right.
According to FIDE, that is not allowed. Then how has FIDE allowed this castling move?
Because this is a special move. Okay. So there are some exceptions to certain rules. Okay, kids. So that is the reason these are considered as special moves, and that is the reason we are giving due respect to this concept. I am taking special sessions on this, right? So because of that, because it is special move, so special consideration is given. Okay, so this is the only move when king goes two squares. Otherwise, rest of the game, entire game, king can move only one square at a time. Okay. Another thing, the king moves first. Okay, kids. Order is important. See, say for example, now these two pieces are not there. There are no pieces between the king and the rook. But if rook comes here, is it a special move, kids? Is it a special move
No,
for
sir.
rook? Because
No, sir.
rook can anyways go two squares, right? Rook can, in normal scenario as well, rook can go one or two squares. So if I move the rook first, it will be considered that you played the rook and your move is done. Now, if you try to bring the king here, it will be considered as second move, which will be illegal. Okay. That is the reason sequence matters. Okay. So when you are moving, when you are castling, you have to castle the, you have to move the king first, two squares. Okay. And then to its left hand side, the rook will come. Okay. This is how castling is done. Okay. And as I said, you have to make only one hand. Make use of only one hand. If you are doing like taking the king in left hand, taking the rook in right hand and doing like this, it is considered as illegal. In case if you have learned from say parents or other teachers or friends and you have that habit of doing like this, please stop that activity from today. Okay. I am reiterating, making use of two hands is considered as illegal move. First illegal is allowed, second illegal is considered as loss of game. Okay. Is that clear, everyone?
Sir.
Okay.
Sir, I also wanted to ask one more thing.
Yes.
Sir, if these three pawns in the F2, G2 and H2 aren't there, then can we still do castling?
We can do that, but you tell me, Rishabh, is it a good, good move if there is nobody to protect the king and we are doing castling?
No, sir.
The very first purpose I told, actually, what is our purpose of doing castling? To safeguard the king. Okay. So if these pawns are there, will that make any sense to do castling? Obviously not. Okay, so in that case you will not do it, but just to answer your question, can we do? Answer is yes, we can do that. But then logically thinking, should we do? Answer is no, we should not. Okay, does that answer your
Sir,
question?
but according, sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, we can't do castling when we have moved the king before the castling, no?
No, question is not that, Agam. What he said, if these pawns are moved, for example, like this, if the pawns are like this, then should we do castling? That is what he was saying. Okay, so to answer his question, we can still do the castling, right? Because the king and our
Yes,
rook
sir.
are not moved. Okay.
Sir, but it is not the best option.
Agam, I am sorry, your voice was breaking actually. I could not hear you clearly. Can you come again? Agam, can you come again what you said? I could not hear you clearly. Okay, it seems there is issue, network issue on his side. Yes, Rishabh.
If the queen is in E2,
Hmm.
if the queen is in E2, the king is in D1 and the rook is in G1.
Hmm.
Can we still do the castling?
No, we cannot do the castling. The very first condition for castling is the king and rook must not have moved from their original place. Okay, the king and rook must not have moved from their original place. In fact, let me do one thing, kids. Let me put few things for you. Okay. In fact, we already have the notepad, right? Yeah, castling is for king safety. Preconditions, okay? Preconditions for castling. Okay. One, king and rook must not have moved from their original square. Okay. This is the first precondition. Second, there must not be any piece or pieces in between the rook and the king. Okay, there must not be any pieces in between the rook and the king. Third precondition is, okay, now let me change something here, kids. Okay, suppose he played this, we played this, he captured, I captured, and then suppose he played this. Okay, now this is very important concept, kids. Okay, can you see there is a check coming in between? Okay. Okay, so if there is a direct check to the king, or if there is check coming in between the king's path, okay kids, then also you cannot do castling. Okay, so third thing that I am putting is there must not be any direct check to the king. There should not be a check coming in between the path of king traveling to its
Any of those two squares, and if he gets a
destination
check,
square.
so he can't make that move basically.
Sorry, Paki, come again.
Sir, are you saying like the king is not allowed to move those two squares because there's a check coming?
Exactly.
On
So
any of those two?
logically, if you think, kids, how is it? Say, for example, there is one enemy. Okay. Say, for example, I am that enemy. Okay. Now, what I am doing, I have taken the gun. Okay. And I'm pointing at that king. Okay. From the window. Okay. From my window, I am pointing in front of that palace or castle which is in front of me. Okay. And in that case, do you think that the king should travel from that window, right? Because that is the traveling path, right? So as soon as he comes here, what will happen? He will shoot him, correct? Logically, correct? So that is the reason, if there is a direct check, say for example, someone is pointing a gun in front of you or putting gun on your head and saying hands up. So at that point of time, if you try to jump, what will happen? He will directly shoot you, right? Or so is the case. So is the case. Suppose in your traveling path, if there is a check coming, okay? If he is pointing gun here, right? So also you will not dare to. Okay. And third thing is, suppose after castling. Okay. Now let me remove this. After castling as well. Okay. Suppose this is not there. It is like this. Now can I do castling? Again, I cannot, because as soon as you do the castling, the king will be captured, right? So these are the three preconditions. Okay. So what all things should not be there? There must not be direct check. Okay. Then second thing, there should not be a check coming in between the path of the king and traveling to its destination square. And third thing, after castling, there shouldn't be any direct check coming to the king. Okay. So if all these conditions are satisfied, okay, for example, as I said, there is nothing between the king and the rook. Okay. King and rook were never moved earlier in that game. Okay. The king and rook were never moved in that game earlier. Devanshi, please pay attention. Okay. Then third thing is, there is no check coming to the king. There is no check coming to the king. There is no check coming in between the path. Okay. In between the path, there is no check. Now, because of this pawn, it gets blocked, right? But if this is not there, then can we do castling? No. But if it is like this, then you can do castling. Okay. And last thing, after castling, there is no direct check coming. Okay. So if these conditions are satisfying, then you will do the castling. And what is the process of doing castling? First of all, you will move the king 2 squares, and then rook comes to its left hand side. This is called as king side castling or short castling. Okay, kids? This is called as king side castling or short castling. King side castling or short castling. Okay. Now there is another concept called as queen side castling. Okay. There is another concept called as queen side castling. For example, now these pieces, these three pieces are not in between the king and the rook. Okay. Now this time the A1 rook and the E1 king at E1, they were not moved. There is no direct check coming in between. There is no check coming in between the path, as well as after castling, there will be no check. In that case, you can castle to the queen side. Okay. When the king moves to the queen side, that time the castling is called as queen side castling. In both king side castling as well as queen side castling. Okay, kids, please pay attention. In both cases, whether it is king side castling or queen side castling, king always moves 2 squares only. Okay, irrespective of whether it is king side castling or queen side castling, the king always moves first. Okay. Second thing is, it moves only 2 squares, not 3 squares. Okay. There is some misunderstanding between some kids that short castling means king goes 2 squares and long castling means king goes 3 squares. It's not like that. Okay, kids. The king always goes 2 squares only. and the rook goes 3 squares this time. Okay, rook just comes opposite to the king. Okay, to its right hand side this time. Okay, this is called as long side castling or queen side castling. Okay, queen side castling or long castling. Okay, is the concept clear, kids? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, now
No, sir.
let me take some. Yes, kids.
So can we move the king after the castling has been done to another place?
Yeah, once you do the castling, you can move. Say, for example, in this case, after this, you can bring the king here. Okay, king is king. He is free to move. Okay, even the rook will be able to move. But the only thing is, it should not happen that you did the castling and then later on again bringing the king outside. Okay, so it will be wastage of move. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Now let me take some scenarios, kids. I am expecting some answers from you kids now. Okay. Suppose the situation is like this. The board position is like this. It's not moved. It's not moved. This is moved. This is moved. Okay. And this is moved. Now let me take okay, kids. Now he captured this. Now my question to you. Will you be able to do castling in this situation? If yes,
sir.
No,
how?
sir, because in the path queen's check is
Sir, because in the
Yes,
path
sir.
there's a check by the
Yes,
queen.
sir. It is giving check. Queen.
Oh, okay, very good. Very good.
Queen
Now,
will give the check to the king.
right, because there is a check coming in between, you cannot do castling. Very good. Now let's put other way around. Let me take some other example, kids. Yeah. Okay. Can you do castling? White to play, kids?
Yes.
Okay. How will you do that, Ojal?
We will move the king to G1.
Okay. King to G1. Very good. And rook to?
Move the rook to F1.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Let me ask. Yes. Astitva, can we do castling in this situation? Yes, Astitva, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, it seems he has some issues. Okay, Mahima, can we do castling?
No, sir.
No, why?
Bishop will give check to the king.
Page bishop. It is our own bishop, right? So you don't need to worry about this, right? It is our own bishop. Correct? So can we do castling?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how will you do that?
King to G1.
Very good.
And
And rook to F1. Okay. Now next question on the same side. Okay, Mahima, don't mute yourself. Okay, we can do castling. Okay, but should we do it? That is my next question.
No.
This question is for all kids. We can do the castling, but should we do?
It's not compulsory.
Okay, why
No,
should
sir,
we
we
not
should
do it?
not do.
Kartiki, why should we not do it?
Yes, sir.
We can do the castling, but should we do it?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because if you do the castling, there is the queen.
If we do castling, in the next move, queen can give us a checkmate.
Queen can.
Correct.
Yeah.
There is a checkmate coming directly. Okay, kids. So if you see, the queen is directly checkmating the king. Okay. So even if, okay, now kids, important thing. Swayam, hold on. I am coming to you. Okay. So kids, even if all the preconditions are satisfied and you are able to do the castling, but again, before doing castling, you need to check one more thing. What after castling? What will happen? Is it safe for my king? Because we are doing castling for safety of the king, right? But as soon as we move, and if it is going to be checkmated like this, is it good? No, because we are losing the game, right? So next question then, kids. Swayam.
Why can't the king capture the queen and no, there's the knight.
There is
But
a
sir,
knight giving support, right?
Yes, sir. But if the queen moves to f2, then also we are getting a checkmate.
Very good. So what should you play in that case?
Sir, I would move the knight to e2.
But that will still not save your king, right? Correct?
Sir, we should attack on the queen to g2, g3. Sir, we should play the pawn to g3.
Rook to f2, f1. Sir, rook to f1.
Play the pawn.
Sir, we should pawn to g3.
Okay,
pawn
very
to
good,
g3,
kids.
sir.
Very good, kids. Okay, different answers I am receiving. Good options, although. So let me take this one first. I think Agam, you talked about this, right?
Sir, even I.
Okay. So this is good from the perspective that it will safeguard your king. Okay. But then if you play this, what is going to happen? First thing, you will lose your right to castle in future. Okay. Because the precondition is if the king or rook moves, you will not be able to move. You will not be able to do the castling. Is it clear, kids? Second thing, as soon as you move this, the knight can capture and again attack on your rook. Okay. So this is from that perspective not good. Yeah. Now another suggestion was move the pawn to g3. Okay. Move the pawn to g3. Kids, by the way, we are less than a minute, so the meeting may end. Kindly join back, all of you. Kindly join back as soon as the meeting is over. Okay. I am telling to all. Kindly join back. I will not send separate message to each one of you. Okay. Please join back as soon as the meeting is over. Okay. So another suggestion which is given, g3 is a good move because it is not only stopping the threat but also giving threat to the queen. But again, as I said, as you move this, you will not be able to do the castling because it will not be safe for your king in that case. Okay. So what can other thing happen? Okay. Let me see. Ahana, any question or suggestion?
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, if I move the rook anywhere to the other square, then I moved it back to its place. Then I can do castling?
No, you cannot. Okay. If so, as I said, if the king or rook